I was sitting around one day with a group of some of my closest girlfriends, and we were talking about heated rivalry. One of them said that she wasn't that impressed with the show. She thought it was immature, sort of verging on YA, and idealizing romantic relationships. And I thought to myself, that's really interesting. So I said, but what about when this happens? And what about this scene and that scene? And she looked at me and she said, Laura, maybe you see all of that because you're a therapist. And I paused. I thought to myself, what if I help people see the world through a therapist's eyes? So I've decided to make some videos, and I'm starting with heated rivalry.
Hi, I'm Laura Mayo, and I'm a couples and family therapist.
Okay, here's your warning. This is not going to be like other YouTube videos. We are going to slow down. You'll notice that my voice is already slowing down. That's because emotions move so fast, and we want to capture them. I want to slow down so that we can capture what's actually happening on screen between the characters.
We can't talk about episode 4 before first appreciating the significance of episode 5
in depicting how a couple can move from a defensive, reactive dance, and then they're able to move from that to softness, vulnerability, and then ultimately there's a need that's met. So episode 5, like, the relationship is at stake, and we can see why, because in the previous episode Shane ran away. That was a really cool episode showing how they were starting to feel their deeper connection toward each other. So it's the first episode where they sleep over together and wake up, and they wake up and Ilya is like spooning Shane, and the camera like really zeroes in on his eyes, and you can kind of see like, oh, like I'm feeling something beautiful and like deep for this man that I'm holding. And then Shane wakes up and Ilya kind of pretends to be asleep, so he has to tuck away those feelings really fast, right? And then like a lot of people have commented already that it's a domestic scene. It's like their first try at waking up together, making food, asking get to know you questions for the first time. And so like all of that is new for them, and it's like, whoa. So that episode is so important because it really shows that when a couple can get close in that way, something happens inside. It's an internal conflict of, don't come too close, it doesn't feel safe. Don't go too far, I'm scared. And that's something that so many people experience when they're starting to feel these vulnerable, connecting, love, bonding feelings towards somebody that they are getting close to. Yeah, and maybe especially to queer men in hockey, that's going to even heighten that internal conflict even more. And they both deal with that internal conflict differently. And we see how the conflict heightens, or climaxes at the end when Shane runs away. And he runs away because they just had the most, in my mind anyway, amazing orgasm. I've never seen something like that on TV in my life. And it's a really cool sexual encounter because Shane takes over Ilya's body. Shane's initiating it. He's on him. He's pleasuring Ilya, and then he's pleasuring them together. And then Ilya says his name, and then Shane says Ilya's name, and then all of a sudden you can feel, you see the panic in Shane. He's getting off. He can't talk. He's at a loss of words. His emotions are, his fear is taking over, and he's out. He says, I can't do this anymore. And that's so interesting. What's he saying? I can't do what anymore? What is it that he's trying to say? He's too heightened, right? His emotions, the fear is too big. He can't really talk about it in a way that would maybe help Ilya understand, or even in a way that he fully understands. The fear is so big, it takes over the body, and he runs away. Yeah, that is a really important depiction of what it feels like to get close to somebody and then all of a sudden get so scared that this is a bond, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to make of it. We haven't talked about it. We haven't shared our feelings. I'm feeling this for the first time. Ilya is feeling something different for the first time. We're seeing that too. And it's all just a bit too much in that moment. It's not like he can turn to Ilya and say, like, I think I'm falling in love with you, and I'm a little scared about that. What do you feel about that? We don't do that when we're in our heightened defensive emotions. We don't talk like that. We freeze, we fight, we flee. We have all kinds of ways of dealing with those emotions, but we don't deal with them by like suddenly just becoming vulnerable and sharing, right? That's why episode 5, the scene in the hotel, is crucial, because they get from that heightened defensive place to the vulnerable, emotional, or the deeper emotional place. Thanks for tuning in. Check out more videos on a therapist's point of view of relationships in pop culture, and like and subscribe.